So I have my altar in what is essentially my office. I also have my art and craft supplies in here. And the cats, this is Pixie. She's going to leave now because I'm talking. This is my altar space. This dresser actually was in my room when I was a teenager, and so it has special meaning for me. It's right next to a bookshelf where I can keep supplies and my art area. The dresser's really cool. Has a I don't know. When I was a kid, I used to think of this as my secret drawer, even though I guess it's not so secret, but I do keep a lot of my altar things in there. Sometimes Pixie ends up on the altar, like in this shot. This altar, I'm here every morning. It's a working altar. It's a living altar. I change it a lot. I have ADHD. I like to try different things. I like to, set it up differently for different days. But I have some basic things that are always on my altar. I don't like a lot of clutter on my altar. It distracts me and keeps me from focusing on, what I want to practice for that day. But I do have several candles. I have an on and off switch for the candles. But I always have a white candle. We'll see if my on switch works. I always have a white candle because it enhances spirituality and it offers protection. I also have the Catholic tradition. So I have Native American and Catholic heritage, and I do have the light a candle tradition that is common in the Catholic Church as well as many other churches. I find out someone I know is sick, or there's a crisis or something in the environment that's going on that I care about. I'm very into environmental issues. I will take a moment out of my day. I will come light the candle. I will say a prayer, send out positive energy into the universe, have an intention, and I believe that is very, very powerful. So I also then will have other candles. This one is green. It is winter time as I am filming this, and this candle smells like pine, and so I love that pine forest smell. And the green for the earth. I am very eclectic, but I do very much lean towards nature, towards the earth, towards the environment. I'm an environmental educator in my quote-unquote real life. And so I do have a Norfolk pine. I picked up 2 of these for the holidays. The other one is quite a bit taller, and I have it in my living room with some pretty bird ornaments on it. And so it smells delicious. Several of the other things that I always have on my altar, and remember, it's personal. It's whatever you want to place on your altar. But this is a Native American flute, and I often start and end my rituals by playing my flute. I have a wooden wand, a fox effigy. The fox is my spirit animal, and an athame, and so good for controlling, distributing energy, and so I use that frequently. I always keep water and salt on my altar. This water has been charged by the moon. The salt, great for purification. These are 2 things that I always place on the altar. My flute. I also keep a bell The ringing of the bell is also important in several of the spells and rituals that I personally do. So the fox is my spirit animal, and so I always have this cute little guy. Somebody made me a cake several years ago, and this fox was on top of the cake. And so he's been representing my spirituality and connection with the fox for several years. And of course it brings a smile to my face. I like crystals. Crystals are great. They have that earth connection. They have so much wonderful energy. And so kind of depending on what maybe I have to do that day or how I'm feeling, I will take a crystal and I will carry it around for the day. I have a lot of tumbled ones because I like to rub them with my hand. I like to have that personal connection with the crystal. But for instance, the one I just picked out was jade. Jade is great for confidence, and when I'm shooting YouTube videos, I need lots of confidence. So I will be hanging on to the jade one for the day. I don't put a towel on my altar, but I do keep a towel nearby because I can be spilly and messy. And my dresser's an antique, and with the moon water and herbs and salt and things, I don't want the dresser to get injured. So having a towel nearby is something that I always have on hand. The Native American deck, it's Laura Tong, and it is in several languages, which is really cool. I like that. So I keep my cards on my altar because in the morning I'll often either pull a card or do just like a 3-card spread, and so I have them here for that. So there's one main rule for altars, and the first rule is there are no rules. You are doing an altar that meets your needs. You know, you're bringing in your personality, your creativity. Your altar is reflecting you. So, for instance, I don't necessarily have a patron god or goddess. I'm pretty eclectic. Oftentimes I do bring in a goddess or a god, and I may, if I have a statue, or I may put a picture overhead and bring that into my worship. But I don't always do that. Sometimes it's just more focused on Gaia, on nature and the earth.